is on its way, and now's the time to upgrade your equipment with a late model John Deere planter from Acres Equipment. Acres has an entire lineup of John Deere planters equipped with the latest technology to ensure planting accuracy throughout your field. And to get you up and going, each planter purchase from Acres includes in-field startup support from one of our Precision Ag professionals. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Visit your local Acres for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2025.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
Attention Nebraska sports fans, are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join us and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard, guard the good life.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking all the top brands, including Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Manitow pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership, plus score big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has it all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location, and they can't wait to get you set up for the summer.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
In today's digital world, you can never be too cautious when it comes to your security. Cyber attacks are affecting more businesses every day. At Hamilton Business Technologies, we understand the stress and impact a cyber attack can have, not just on your bottom line, but on your ability to serve your customers and protect their trust. That's why we are passionate about safeguarding your business. From real-time threat monitoring to advanced security protocols, we help keep your data safe, allowing you to focus on what matters most. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
This is a presentation of the Nebraska State High School Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. State basketball broadcasts are presented by Next Ag Appraisal and Realty, Sandhills Global, Doane University, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Wingstop, Acres, High Electric, Eustis Body Shop, Nebraska Hematology Oncology, Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, Roofing Service Company, Union Bank and Trust, Lincoln Family Chiropractic, and DOT Highway Safety Office. Jimmy John's, Members Owned Credit Union, Nebraska Army National Guard, Hamilton Telecommunications, and the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame. Now calling all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena, here's Nick Sainert and Jay Foreman.
That is right. We have crowned one state champion in the form of the Pender Pendragons. They capture their third straight in the Class of D1 action. They knocked off Elm Creek comfortably, 72-40 earlier this morning. But now it's time for what we expect to be a real competitive game. The last time these two teams played, it was a 2-point difference that decided it in favor of the Lincoln Christian Crusaders, who are undefeated. They are 27-0. They come in with wins against North Bend and then Gothenburg in their first two games of the state tournament. And they're going to be facing what we would refer to them as the new kids on the block. The Milford Eagles, 25-1 on the year. Guess what? That one loss to this very same Lincoln Christian squad. They, in the state tournament for the first time since 2008, they've never been to a title game until today, and now trying to capture that first state championship in school history. Good morning, everybody, from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman alongside with you as we are ready to go in the Class C1 state championship game. And Jay Foreman, I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, this is right here. This is what you come down to PBA on a great Saturday for, right? Where you got Lincoln Christian coming in undefeated, but you got Milford on the other side knowing a 2-point game. Even though you are on the winning side, you're not sitting there thinking this is a foregone conclusion that we're going to win. And so right now, this is what you want in the state championship. You don't want to look, anytime you want to be a state champion, it's obviously you'll take it. Yeah. But you want to beat the best. Milford knows that they have a chance of a lifetime. Lincoln Christian knows they have a chance of a lifetime to go back-to-back. But more importantly, they know the challenge across from them is the most formidable challenge that they've faced in this last two seasons. They got the work cut out for them.
Yeah, Milford certainly does. One of the players you need to know if you're a Lincoln Christian Crusader is Maddie Kassebaum. She broke the single-season scoring record with her 22-point performance in their semifinal win against the Gothenburg Swedes. We've had record-breaking performances across multiple games. We saw Maddie Dolliver do it for the Pender Pendragons. We saw Maddie Kassebaum do it in the semifinal win over the Swedes for Lincoln Christian. But certainly a player also on the other side, Milford's got one of their own, a giant and a 6'3" freshman in Shayla Rottenberg.
Yeah, Shayla Rottenberg has really taken this Milford basketball program to new heights, literally. Yeah. Obviously coming in as a freshman, and you got to think, I always revert to, she was in the stands last year, or watching. And now to be able to be on this big stage and then also be very consistent is definitely commendable. But she's a problem, not just from the height, it's the width, the length. And she's averaging 14 points and 9 rebounds. That lets you know she is controlling the paint. And when you look at Lincoln Christian, have a pretty balanced attack, obviously with Kassebaum is obviously leading it, but you got Macy Pettinger, 11 points, and then you have Ailes at 15. 2 guards and forwards that like to get to the paint. That is going to be nullified today by Rottenberg. But it's not just her. It's obviously Roth as well, 14 points, the senior guard, 5'8" senior guard for the Milford Eagles. And then also you have Ashley Miller at 6 foot, a sophomore center. When you have 6'3" and 6 feet tall, and not just in height, athletic ability, length, speed, and then obviously the ability to put it in the hole, you can nullify a great player by Kassebaum. So whatever adjustments they've made from when they played early in the season has to, come to fruition tonight. And also here's where the Lincoln Christian is in a tricky spot. They played Milford early in the season, a sophomore center who was a freshman last year, right? And then you have a true freshman center that was in 8th grade last year. They weren't gelled yet. Now when you see since then, they have ran off win after win. They've had some tough games. They've had some blowouts, but it's been a learning process. This is going to be a great game here in about 4 or 5 minutes.
Lincoln Christian going for the consecutive titles. They won it last year in 2024. Now Scott Klein goes for another one as he leads this Lincoln Crusaders squad is in their 26th appearance in a state tournament. It's just spectacular what Lincoln Christian's been able to do. They've won 3 titles in their school history in 2002, 2017, like I just mentioned, in Class C1 in 2024 last year. It is their 8th trip to the state championship game. Scott Klein trying to lead his Crusaders to another state title here this morning. Milford, as I mentioned, led by head coach Bryce Roth, have not been to a state championship game until today, and it's their first one. They will either be making history in a good way or in a bad way, whether it's a runner-up finish or whether it's a championship finish. They've never won a game until to this year in the state tournament. It's been history all over the place for Milford.
Yeah, and when you have, they have a really good mix, right? When you look at Milford, which is actually pretty cool, where you have 3 seniors, obviously kind of out on the outside, and then you have the 2 big giants in the middle. That's what you need, right? And that's how you build a program. But when you're making history, you have to have historical players. So you have, Rottenberg, you have Miller, then you have a sneaky good player, a 5'8" forward, Isabel Yeakley, who's averaging 10 points and 5 rebounds. Yeah. So what they're able to do on the boards is going to show fruition on the offensive boards, putbacks, blocks on defense. But then when you look at Lincoln Christian, right, they've been historically a really good program. Now, they had a coaching change from when the very worthy coach retired. And then Coach Klein has done a really good job of building it systematically from there. This is going to be an awesome game today. And I mean, it probably might be, I wouldn't say it might be the best game, but it could shape up to be the best game all weekend.
One thing I always appreciate about Scott Klein, a real humble guy. You see everybody's lined up, ready to get introduced, and he's kind of just off in the back. He doesn't need the spotlight. He's just a kind of quiet head coach. He lets his assistants do the work, and we're ready to go. Yeah, I mean, look, when you're about to coach in a big game like this, that lets you know the magnitude of this game. Yeah. But also he wants to make sure his young ladies and obviously assistant coaches get all the credit, and all he wants to do is coach basketball. And that's commendable in this day and time. A lot of coaches make it about them. He makes it about the players. 100%. Let's get to our starting lineups first for the Milford Eagles, led by head coach Bryce Roth, 25-1 on the campaign. They come in with 2 wins in the state tournament, one against Arlington on Wednesday and against Minden, the 2-seeded Minden Whippets yesterday. The Milford Eagles will start the same 5 as they did yesterday afternoon that we heard on the ticket. It'll be number 4, Ayla Roth. Number 5, Taylor Oldfield. Number 11, Izzy Yakeley. Number 21, Shayla Rottenberg. And number 33, Ashlyn Miller. 2 players listed at 6 foot or higher could cause problems for a player like Kenna Ailes on Lincoln Christian's squad. Lincoln Christian will start, as I mentioned, Kenna Ailes, 6'1" senior, averaging 15.5 per game. Number 21, a 5'7" junior guard, Macy Pittenger. Number 5, a 5'9" sophomore guard, Sam Durkin. Number 3, a 5'4" freshman guard, Lexi Pittenger. Jessa Huger. And then number 2, a 5'8" senior guard, Maddie Cassabaum. Yeah, they're really going to get after it, man. The styles make fights. Sometimes you have the height advantage, but the skill advantage Lincoln Christian thinks they have. And so they played together. One thing about Lincoln Christian and Coach Klein, and obviously, with the, the Lasers, their youth program that they're associated with, they have kind of came up through this together. Yep. And so, the continuity is there. But on the flip side, so is Milford. And you know what? I'm going to tell you what. I like Lincoln Christian's uniforms. I love Milford's uniform. Jordan on there. I like that dark purple with a little silver stripes on the side. Yeah. Swag is on 1,000 again, Nick. So Milford will have Shayla Rottenberg, the daughter of the former Husker All-American volleyball player Lisa Reitzma, to tip things off, while Kenna Ailes jumps for Lincoln Christian, and Rottenberg gets the tip as Milford has the basketball working right to left. A lot of people have packed Pinnacle Bank Arena, the lower bowl, pretty well full here on a Saturday morning. Here on the left side, it is Roth. Roth working on Pittenger. Roth driving baseline, cross-court pass to Oldfield. Oldfield will step back, thought about firing the 3, tries to get it down low to Rottenberg. Rottenberg working on Ailes. That's the matchup to watch. Rottenberg unable to hit the layup, but the ball will go out of bounds to Lincoln Christian. Yeah, good possession there. Look, a little bit of nerves obviously is going to be on Milford Eagles side, but a good possession there. Got it to your best player. Unfortunately, didn't go in the hoop. Here comes Lincoln Christian. Cassabaum on the way on the 3-point attempt. Can't get it to fall from the far corner, and Milford coming back the other way with it. Here come the Eagles. Up the floor to Ayla Roth. Roth on the left side of the block. The layup is good, and it's 2-0 Milford. Yeah, good job there in the secondary break. Roth right there paused a little bit, then saw the angle. Easy 2 points. Here's Kenna Ailes. Ailes with it on the right side, working on Rottenberg. She goes right at her, and she misses the layup. Now the offensive rebound, but a travel violation as just the presence of Rottenberg down there caused that travel.
Yeah, you want to give Rottenberg a lot of credit there, not swiping at it. We saw that, we see it all the time in boys basketball, but in particular, sometimes yesterday you get some cheap fouls. Really good technique there, and also the patience to not only confuse the would-be offensive player, but to block it as well.
So here's Milford on the right side. We'll mention that Rottenberg did deal with some foul trouble in the first half that allowed Minden to get kind of in a groove early on, but then Rottenberg came in. But here's Roth on the three-pointer. It's now 5-0 Milford.
Yeah, the guard has came to play. The one thing about Roth that I think sometimes gives people a little bit of confusion, she's a lefty, so you always expect somebody to go on the right or to the right hand. She's a lefty, and she's got a pretty sweet jumper on the step back there.
On the left side, Durkin for three, and she's able to answer the call. It's 5-3.
Yeah, this is a good old ball game right here, Nick. And sometimes your second or third option players will come with it. Good shot there by Durkin.
Here on the right side, it's Ayla Roth. She hands it off to Yakeley. Izzy Yakeley has it top of the key, working on Pittenger. Those active hands defensively. Down low on the block. Here is to number 33. That is Ashlyn Miller, and she's able to hit the layup.
Good move there by Miller. Didn't even use her dribble. Excellent pivot feed. Good balance there. Maybe it's two well-coached teams.
And people so often talk about is Ailes banks in the three. So many people talk about the height of Rottenberg that Miller at times at 6 foot gets forgotten about.
Yeah, I know. You go 6 foot, 6'3" right here in any form of or ladies basketball. It is an advantage, along with having excellence in as far as their ability to score and block shots.
So here, out of a baseline inbound after a block shot, Milford will have the basketball. 5:40 to go in the first quarter. It is 7-6. The Eagles on top of the Lincoln Christian Crusaders. Class C1 state title game. They'll throw it over the top, and it's hauled in by Yakeley. Izzy Yakeley driving right side in the lane. We have a bump and a foul is called. I believe they're going to get Durkin for this one.
Yeah, Yakeley got bailed out right there. Kind of caught it on the inbounds pass and had Durkin in essentially a negative closeout. Good recovery by Durkin. And obviously you see Coach Klein over there trying to coach her up a little bit and say, you got to wall up a little bit and have your hands to the side because she jumped into your hands.
So Izzy Yakeley at the line to shoot one. She is able to hit the first one, and she has one more free throw coming up.
This game right here, Nick, is going to be runs back and forth. I think this is going to be probably the most skillful and best basketball game we've had in some time. And we've had some doozies because I think these teams know each other, but the competitiveness between the coaching staff is going to come out as well.
A lazy attempt at a defensive rebound by Lincoln Christian allows Milford to have the basketball back after the missed free throw. Here is Roth. She crosses over, steps back, three ball, left side, bang! Ayla Roth.
Ayla Roth has came to play, and you know what, Nick? You hit three in a row. Two step backs and a layup. Here it is heat check next possession.
It's 11-6 Milford. Kenna Ailes, her shot blocked by Rottenberg. And here come the Eagles running the floor. Here's Ayla Roth dribbling with her left hand. Now dumps it out to Yakeley. Yakeley driving baseline. The layup blocked from behind. Great job by Jenna Heiser as Jenna now has it for the Lincoln Christian Crusaders. Up the floor to Durkin. Durkin kicks it out to Kassabaum. Kassabaum driving left side of the lane. Spin move. Floater. Good.
Yeah, listen, Kassabaum is getting the party started. She let her co-partners get busy. She's going to stop that run there by Roth. But one thing about this, Nick, is that the speed of this game, there's no advantage. Both of them can play all game. They can play at a slow pace or a fast pace. This is going to be a great game.
Miller gets it to Roth. Roth guarded by Pittenger in the lane. Roth layup won't fall, and the rebound corralled by Kenna Ailes for the Lincoln Christian Crusaders, who passes it off to Macy Pittenger. Pittenger will bring it across the timeline with Lincoln Christian down by 3, 11-8 Milford. Durkin jump shot far corner, just off back iron. Not a good looking shot there, and a good strong rebound by Rottenberg as the Eagles have the basketball.
Yeah, one thing for Lincoln Christian, they got to make sure that they get a good possession every time they have the ball because they got to expect you're not going to get a lot of offensive rebounds.
On the right side, here is Taylor Oldfield. Oldfield now on the far side is Roth. Roth down low to Rottenberg. They double her. The layup in the lane is good as Durkin couldn't get the jump ball like she tried with the help side defense, and Rottenberg able to hit the layup.
Yeah, good finish there, good strength there, then also the wherewithal not to lose your balance and finish at 2 points.
And we have a steal on the other end of the floor. It's a 2-on-1 break for Milford on the way. It's in the lane, and Roth is able to get the layup to fall. A perfect start for the Milford Eagles.
Yeah, when you lose by 2, you're coming out extremely focused, and so the Milford Eagles have came out not only with energy, but they are very efficient on the offensive end.
Here's Kenna Ailes. She'll try again from 3. She's unable to hit. Offensive rebound to Durkin. 3-ball, Pittenger, got it. Yeah. Big answer for the Lincoln Christian offense.
Yeah, listen, when you can shoot the ball from both mid-range and all 3 levels at the rate that Lincoln Christian can, and all 5 starters can, you're never out of a game. But, man, this is an awesome game so far, Nick.
15-11 to go, 15-11 Milford with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here's Roth on the left side, crosses over, down low. Rottenberg tries to haul it in, is able to. Miller, elbow jumper on the way, too strong, and the rebound tipped around a couple of times, and finally corralled by Lincoln Christian. Here comes the Crusaders up the far side. It's Casabom, 3-ball on the way, left wing. Can't get that wide open 3 to fall. And now on the rebound, we have a jump ball. Possession arrow gives it or keeps it on that end of the floor with Lincoln Christian. We have a timeout on the floor because of media. We'll step aside here for 90 seconds. Come back on 93.7 The Ticket.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
Hello? Hello?
Believe it or not, old phones are one of the most common pain points in offices today. Many of these phones are beyond repair because parts aren't available to fix outdated devices. Whether it's a traditional phone system or cloud-based VoIP technology, Hamilton Business Phones can help upgrade your connection. We make it easy to sync your office phone with your cell for seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. 2.5 to go in the first quarter. It's 15-11 Milford. Nick Sander, Jay Foreman with you from PBA, and they inbound it. The Crusaders due to Casabom on the far side. Lincoln Christian with the basketball. They've also subbed in Livia Dravo for Lincoln Christian. Here's Kenna Ailes on the far side. It's Heiser. Jenna Heiser drives center of the lane, dumps it down. Ailes layup good. Nice play out of the timeout for Lincoln Christian.
That's an awesome play right there in an unselfish play. Get Ailes going. A couple of threes that shot. One banked in, but an easy 2 points right there.
Here is also Abby Crabtree. Crabtree, the freshman, subbed in yesterday, played some big minutes when Roth fouled out of the game for Milford as Roth misses the free throw, but there is Crabtree right on cue as she steals that pass. Gets it to Ashlyn Miller. Miller to the left side, Yakely. Yakely will drive right side of the lane with the basketball. Now dump it out, Rottenberg. Rottenberg dribbles back to the right elbow, hands it off to Roth. Roth has hit a couple of three-pointers here today. And on the entry pass, we have a foul from behind on Lincoln Christian as they try to get the ball down to Ashlyn Miller.
Yeah, good job there by Milford. They're showing a little bit of patience, and you got the young freshman in there, Crabtree, playing with a little bit of nerves, but settled her down. An entry pass there, I think it was a little bit too much body there, Nick. Kind of got underneath the Milford offensive player. But I think right here, look, it's a 2-point game, and this is a highly contested game, but a really skillful game as well.
Milford inbounds it. They give it back to Yakely. Yakely airballs the three from the near corner, but an offensive rebound for Milford. Here's Crabtree working on Casabom. The floater in the lane, too strong off back iron, and the rebound is corralled by Lincoln Christian and Livia Dravo. Up the floor we go with Jenna Heiser. Heiser dribbles top of the key, weaving her way around the perimeter. Now it's Casabom. Casabom kicks it out. Mid-range jumper just inside the three-point line by Kenna Ailes. Falls. It's tied up 15-all.
Yeah, how many times do you think Casabon is passed it to Ailes? That looked like money in the bank before it went in.
Lincoln Christian in the midst of a 7-0 run here as they once trailed 15-8. It's tied 15-all as Crabtree has it near the top of the key, near the logo. On the right side, Yakely tried to move open. Abby Crabtree could not get it to her as Crabtree now dribbles right side to the right wing, right in front of the Lincoln Christian bench. The entry pass down low on the block. Rottenberg tried to fake like she was going to go over her right shoulder. Instead, went left side, and Kenna Ailes snuffed it out. Here's Lincoln Christian after the missed shot. Casabom in the far corner along the baseline. Now Dravo to Pittenger. Pittenger shot fake, dribbles one time and can't hit the three. The rebound tipped out and corralled by Taylor Oldfield. Up the floor it goes to Yakeley. Yakeley picks up her dribble, gives it to Rottenberg. Rottenberg on the right wing perimeter line. Now to Yakeley, left side Crabtree. Crabtree with it, crossing over now right side down low on the block. It's Ashlyn Miller. Can't hit the layup there. And with 20 seconds to go, we have a foul on Rottenberg.
Yeah, there was a little bit of overzealous there, Rottenberg. You know, she kind of went for the rebound, wanted to tip it to herself. Actually, the ball was going too much towards the out-of-bounds line, causing for a cheap foul there. Probably a little bit taxed there, Nick. This is when you have a young freshman, you got to make sure you're constantly coaching her both on the court and off the court. Now she's out of the game here. You know, it's also a good opportunity for her to get almost a double timeout. You get the last one here, and then you get the immediate timeout in between the quarters as well.
So here you have it. Kenna Ailes with it on the right side, drive center, right side of the lane. She's bumped and fouled, and Kenna Ailes will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. That foul goes on Ashlyn Miller.
Yeah, you know what? Rottenberg goes out of the game, and first thing they do, they go to Ailes. A little bit easier size disadvantage or size matchup for her. A pump fake gets to her right hand, got up into Miller. Miller's got to learn to just wall up there and try to block it on the tip.
Here's the free throw by Ailes. It is no good. We're still tied 15-all.
You know, Nick, initially I thought Lincoln Christian would have the advantage as far as being able to play at a higher pace, but I think Milford has done a really good job of matching that pace as far as like the speed, but then also on offense settling in and playing at their own pace, which we saw some teams not be able to do yesterday.
Both free throws no good. Here's Roth with 3 on the game clock. She gets it poked away from behind. Lexi Pittenger with a massive steal as time expires. And this is going to be a good one. We are at the end of the first quarter, all tied up 15-15 in the Class C1 state championship game between Lincoln Christian and the Milford Eagles here from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket.
Is that a box?
All right, we're going to keep it right here, 15-15.
You know, Nick, I think one of the biggest things when you get done through the first quarter, you got to just settle your team down. You get a little bit more time than versus even a regular state game because, you know, obviously being on TV. So the one thing is both coaches say, hey, listen, all right, listen, it's 15-15, first quarter is done. Let's settle in and let's play our, you know, whether you're Lincoln Christian Crusaders or Milford Eagles, let's settle in and play basketball, right? We know the things that we can do. We know who they are. They know who we are. Now let's go out and execute them. Let's not give them anything easy. What I mean by that is really try to limit the unforced areas, the travels, you know, catching the ball with one hand and the ball goes out. Because you want to – these games come down to possessions. How many – because they're so evenly matched skill-wise, and the styles make fights. You got the – I guess they like the height and brute power of Milford, and then you have the skill, precision, and obviously continuity and speed of Lincoln Christian, right? So you got to make sure you play the way you want to play, but then also have the ability to adjust. And so you want everybody to think clearly. It's high pressure. You got, you know, pressure to kind of go back to back. Then you got the pressure of making history literally before your eyes. And you got your community back here on both sides. This is awesome down here at PBA.
So Milford with the basketball to start the second quarter. It's all tied up 15-15 after one period of play. Milford Eagles with the basketball. They have it on the right side. It's Roth. Roth now down low to Rottenberg, working on Ailes. Good job defensively by Ailes. Now to Rottenberg again off the pass from Oldfield. The layup in the lane is good. Shayla Rottenberg, that's just tough to stop.
Yeah, you give her a little break. You got a little bit of a power pellet there if you like Pac-Man games, and she came right in paying dividends.
Here's Kenna Ailes. She drives left on Rottenberg. Now that shot is no good and no whistle. As now Ailes falls down. She might have gotten incidentally tripped, and now Milford tries to push the pace up the floor. They'll drive baseline, throw it other way, cross court, 3-ball, Roth. That's just missed off the left side, but offensive rebound, and out to Yakeley, now to Roth. Roth will look back towards head coach Bryce Roth and figure out what they want to do on offense. Yakeley to Roth. Roth will fire the 3 on the way, just off front rim, no good. And the defensive rebound collected by Lincoln Christian.
You know, the one thing about Rottenberg that I don't think she gets enough credit for is she is tall, long, but the athletic ability and the quickness, man, is really, really good.
Here's the three-pointer, Kenna Ailes, as she gives Lincoln Christian the 1-point lead. It's 18-17.
Yeah, you know, that's obviously something that Lincoln Christian had made an adjustment to from the first game. So if I'm the head coach from Milford, Coach Roth, I might switch up Miller on the Ailes and let Rottenberg be down on the block because yes, Rottenberg can handle on the drive, but you want a little bit more quickness out there at the top of the key.
So here's at the top of the key, it's Ayla Roth. Roth with it on the left elbow, passes out near side, driving baseline. Yakely passes back out to the perimeter. Pass was deflected by Casabom. It's going to stay. I think Ayla Roth is asking about why that wasn't a foul call when she got bumped pretty egregiously on the left elbow.
Yeah, that was a big body bump right there. But you know what? I like it that they're letting them play. And you know what, Nick? There don't need to be a lot of fouls called. This is the highest skill that maybe we've seen all weekend, team to team.
Down low, here's Miller. Miller in the lane, can't get the layup to go. It looked kind of funky because she took some longer strides with it. Some people may have thought it was a travel, but instead, as Rottenberg can't get the block on the other side, a nice finish offensively by Durkin.
Yeah, the speed by Durkin there, and she kind of changed her speed. You kind of get the team, the defensive squad, to lighten up a little bit and to go right past them.
20-17, Lincoln Christian with the lead. Milford with the basketball. It's a Rottenberg out top. It's Roth. Roth drives in, center of the lane, kicks it out. Oldfield to Ty. Can't hit it as it goes just long. It was an air ball. And here comes Lincoln Christian. Pittenger up the left side, driving, rushing, and can't connect on the layup, rather. And Roth will now bring it up at her pace across the timeline. Driving, nobody stops ball, splits through two defenders. What a play by Roth.
Roth did a really good job of splitting the defenders, but then getting skinny high off the backboard with the kiss.
In the lane, Casabom can't get the layup to fall, and Oldfield is going to get the defensive rebound.
That's another block by Rottenberg, and it's not just the blocks. It's where you make the offensive player change their trajectory of the shot. She is causing a lot of problems in that lane for Lincoln Christian.
Pass down low to Rottenberg. The layup won't go. She gets her own miss, puts it back up, and she is fouled. This one, I believe, was go on Kenna Ailes. Kenna Ailes, nice day so far. 10 points, 8 rebounds for the Christian Crusaders.
Kenna Ailes is the A-plus player. She is giving Rottenberg as much problems as Rottenberg is getting her. Well, the one thing about Rottenberg, and also I want to say with Miller, and obviously a plethora of the young ladies we've seen this weekend, especially the taller ones, the hardest thing I think for taller players to do at this age is to catch in traffic. Now, I also have to give Roth and the guard unit, and obviously from Coach Roth there for Milford, they do a really good job, which is a lost art of post entry. Yeah, they keep it above their head, but the ability to track the ball, which we see kids in high school can't do, and then catches obviously is a really good job there by Rottenberg and Miller inside.
We are tied after Rottenberg goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. It's 20-20, 4:50 to play in the first half. On the left side now, top of the key, right wing, it's Ailes. She'll try for another three, can't connect. Offensive rebound. It's fought for on the loose ball or on the ground, and it's won by Abby Crabtree. Crabtree in the lane. The layup too strong, and here comes Casabom. Casabom running the show for Lincoln Christian as she'll slow it down on the perimeter to the far corner. Lexi Pittenger for three. She won't hit on that one, and here comes Roth bringing it up across the timeline. Roth dribbling it left side. Yakely 4-3 for Milford, and she's able to hit it from the near corner.
And she's holding it up, letting you know that she's here to play. Listen, the one thing I thought, they keep saying it, I thought Lincoln Christian depth and speed would wear out Milford. Milford off the defensive glass, secondary break, corner three, nothing but net.
Here's Kenna Ailes at the top of the key. 4 minutes to go, second quarter here. 3:58 to play in the first half. Three ball on the way. Heischer answers. It's tied up again.
Whatever you can do, I can do better, man. This is a back and forth game here. This is an excellent game here with two teams here. I'm telling you, if you are just listening to us on the radio, obviously I want you guys to listen to us on the ticket, but to watch it in person, Nick, this has been pretty special so far.
It's been a good time. It's a 30-second timeout on the floor, so we'll go ahead and keep it right here. Tell you about our friends at Next Ag Real Appraisal and Realty. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Learn more at nextagrealestate.com. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. This is, if you can believe it, game 20 of our girls state basketball coverage on the week from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Game 20 of 24 this week. We will have 24 next week in boys action as well. All right, out of the Lincoln Christian Crusaders timeout, it's 23-23, all tied up here at PBA. 3 minutes, 53 seconds to go in the second quarter. Lincoln Christian will be on defense, Milford on offense as they get it into Abby Crabtree. The Milford Eagles do with 3:49 to play until halftime.
Yeah, you got the Pettinger sisters out here. You know, they know that they got to really play for each other, but I think the depth of the guard play of both teams has been on display.
Here down low, it's Ashlyn Miller, and she traveled with it. That's a traveling violation on Ashlyn Miller. One thing to note, Shayla Rottenberg not in the game for the time being, just to sit down.
That's fine. You know what? When you have I guess a secondary option as good as Miller, they went right back to her. Actually, you know what, Nick? She almost faked herself out there.
Yeah.
The first time she had it, she just essentially did the same move. Maybe talked herself out of it in that quick time frame to go back to the secondary move, and then she accidentally traveled.
Here's Jenna Heiser, gives it to Maddie Cassabaum. Cassabaum working on Crabtree, almost got her pocket picked. That's a really talented freshman in Abby Crabtree. Now on the top of the key, it's Lexi Pittenger. Pittenger to Dravo. Dravo center of the lane, hands it off to Cassabaum. Great spin move, floater, just a tad strong. Cassabaum doesn't usually miss those.
Yeah, a good move there by Cassabaum, and, she has enough confidence to go back to it. But also, I think Crabtree provided some pretty good defense there.
Here's Yakeley. Yakeley down low to Ashlyn Miller, working on Dravo. Both Kenna Ailes and Rottenberg are out for right now, sitting on the bench. So the two tallest players are not playing currently for Lincoln Christian or Milford, both of them getting a break.
Yeah, but Nick, I think guys, Coach Klein and Coach Roth, they actually are going player for player. Now you see Rottenberg and Roth at the check-in table. We'll see if Coach Klein makes an adjustment.
Here is Abby Crabtree with 17 seconds on the possession for the Milford Eagles, 2:35 to go until halftime. Crabtree gets doubled on the perimeter, now throws it back our way to Yakeley. Yakeley crosses over right to left, and then spin moves at the center of the lane. The floater can't get it to fall, and Dravo connects on her, grabs the defensive rebound. Here comes Jenna Heiser, now left side. Dravo might have gotten away with a travel there. Now in the center of the lane, throws it up with her right hand. And the Lexi Pittenger follow-up, can't go. And Milford collects the defensive rebound.
Yeah, they're trying to settle in here. You got a little bit of the maybe the backup units, and maybe they're playing a little bit fast. There's Crabtree with the kiss. Through contact, maybe the smallest player out there, definitely the youngest, stepping up big in a big moment to give Milford a 2-point lead.
So Abby Crabtree able to get the bucket and the foul with 2:04 to go until halftime. 25-23 is your score. Rottenberg is back into the game. So is Kenna Ailes.
I think the one thing Lincoln Christian has to come to terms with that, Milford, even though they're a very young program, they are here to play. So you got to go win this game. You got to go take this championship if you want it.
Here on the left side is Jenna Heiser. She gets it out to Ailes. Ailes dribble drive on Rottenberg. Gets help from behind, and now we're going to have a blocking foul called. I believe they're going to get Ayla Roth with this one.
Yeah, I think Rottenberg had a really good block there. Roth maybe got kicked in the shin. Got up a little bit gimpy there, but she's walking it off. Yeah, I think, Nick, you ever been kicked in the shin there?
Oh, yeah. I've been cleated before.
Yeah, those might be the worst ones when you got it, and especially you used to be a catcher, and I don't know if your catcher equipment sometimes slid. Those things seem to last a little bit longer, but she's a tough cookie, going to get out of the game right now, and I think what you have to do if you're Milford to continue to pound the ball in the paint with the high-low action of Rottenberg and Miller to open up wide open threes, which you've been able to hit a pretty good clip.
Ailes hits 2 big free throws, and we're tied at 25 apiece here as Milford with the basketball. They get it to Oldfield directly in front of us here. She now is double teamed. Now back to Crabtree. Crabtree down low on the block, and it goes through the hands. Just a little bit of an inaccurate pass from Crabtree to Ashlyn Miller as it goes out of bounds to the Crusaders.
Yeah, Crabtree's a little bit disappointed in herself because as soon as she looked up, she put it right where she thought maybe Rottenberg would be able to catch it, but Miller, 6 foot tall, couldn't get it. Either way, good pass, though.
Here's Livia Dravo for Lincoln Christian. Dravo passes far corner. Here's Ailes. Ailes with it. Takes 2 dribbles. Now passes to Cassabaum at the top of the key. Cassabaum crosses over left to right. Now kicks it out to Pittenger. Pittenger on the right wing gives it to Dravo. Dravo fires the 3, and it's off to the left. No good. Rottenberg collects the defensive rebound.
Yeah, really good job there to get the defense to stop after the disappointment of an unforced error. And so right now, Lincoln Christian threw a little bit of a 1-2-2, 3-quarter trap, half-court trap just to see if they can confuse Milford. But the easy shot, even though easy potential shot attempt, I think that made Coach Klein go back to man-to-man defense.
Milford with the basketball. They have it with Ayla Roth on the right wing. She calls for a screen, steps back, shoots the 3, off back iron, and rebound's going to be fought for. It will stay with the Milford Eagles as it's deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Ailes.
Good battle there between Rottenberg and Ailes. I think Rottenberg kind of got the good box out and seal, which made Ailes kind of lose balance, went off her fingertips. Milford on the hunt again.
So here's Crabtree to inbound. She gets it into Roth. Roth will Go around the screen set by Rottenberg, and now that one's deflected out of bounds. They're going to have the conversation, and we're going to go in the direction of Lincoln Christian.
Yeah, Coach Klein saw that one there. He actually, the ref at the baseline saw it a little bit more, better than the one on the sidelines. I like that, Ray, right? Hey, you know what? You don't have to be perfect. You just got to be right. This is a big-time game. I like this crew right here today.
25-25. We're all tied up with 42 seconds to go in the second quarter. Here comes Lincoln Christian. Top of the key, it's Heiser. Heiser with it on the right side, works to the near corner, picks up her dribble, hands it off to Ailes. Ailes will bring Rottenberg out to the perimeter with her and give it to Cassabaum. Cassabaum drives left side of the lane, now passes out. Far corner three, Dravo. Can't hit it. It's a fall. Pittenger offensive rebound. She can't get the layup to go. Rottenberg with a defensive rebound, and a foul is going to be called on Lincoln Christian.
Good, strong rebound there on the defensive end by Rottenberg. Good job there of not only securing the rebound, but then being strong with it so they couldn't force a jump ball. Pettinger, probably the smallest one, one of the smallest ones in amongst the trees, probably wants that one back, but 25-25, Nick.
14 seconds to go in the second quarter. Yakeley has it. That pass deflected out of bounds. It's going to stay with Milford.
Yep, no, what you see is Coach Roth here. He has one of the adjustments I'm sure he's going to have to address at halftime, just in case they come back with that 1-2-2, maybe off a dead ball. Be ready for it. Your height can pay dividends there.
As Rottenberg gets it poked away from behind by Cassabaum. Cassabaum going the other way for Lincoln Christian. 3 seconds on the game clock. Cassabaum in the lane. The floater is no good, but a foul is called on Ayla Roth, and that is going to be number 2 on her.
Oh, I bet your Coach Roth is a little bit upset with that. He telling the ref, giving him a piece of his mind. A little bit out of control there, Nick. Roth had her hand straight up walled up. Oh, man, that's a tough one there.
And now Cassabaum misses the free throw. She has her hands on her knees in between each free throw. And I think the pace is getting to some of these players. Both these teams not the deepest.
Well, Nick, when you got to think about it, you've been playing 3 games in 3 days. And now with the pressure and anxiety, and plus you're playing the best team that you played all year, your body sometimes reacts differently.
And both free throws are no good, and that means that going into the half, we are tied 25-25 between Lincoln Christian, the Crusaders. The number 1 seed are tied with the 3-seeded Milford Eagles at 25 apiece at the halftime break of the Class C1 state championship game. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. We'll come back in a few short minutes on 93.7 The Ticket.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you the highest quality roofing solutions. Whether it's new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of hand-cut fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking all the top brands, including Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Manitow pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership, plus score big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has it all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location, and they can't wait to get you set up for the summer. Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Take a big step toward your dream career and apply today at doane.edu/apply.
Attention Nebraska sports fans, are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join us and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard, guard the good life.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Woo-wee. First half we could have only hoped for. It was exactly what we expected it to be between Lincoln Christian and the Milford Eagles. We're tied at the break, 25-25. Here at halftime of the Class C1 state championship game, Nick Sainert alongside Jay Foreman here. Jackson back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios pushing all the buttons. All right, Jay, here we are. You look at, we talked about the matchup that was the most intriguing coming in, right? Obviously, the two bigs, Shayla Rottenberg going up against Kenna Ailes. So far, Ailes, I think, has won that battle.
Yeah, I think Ailes has obviously started off playing, outside, banked in her first three, then obviously made a pretty good one, after that. Then obviously been able to get to the free throw line. She has 9 rebounds as well. So, just probably, when you start off the first half with 12 points and 9 rebounds, just on the surface, it looks like that. But when you look at Rottenberg, she's at 5 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 of them offensively. But then you're not talking about the 5 or 6 shots that she's probably made the offense of Lincoln Christian to adjust. So, I think it's probably even Steven. I think Rottenberg would probably like to have a couple easy buckets, close to the hoop back. But nevertheless, the star power has showed up in droves. And, when you think of the overall Milford and Lincoln Christian, made 10 shots from the field for Milford made, and obviously 9 for Lincoln Christian tied up. This is all that you've been asked and bargained for. It's 20-21 in the rebounds. It's 25-25 on the scoreboard, 6-4 in assists. There is not any break here, so it's going to be interesting to see the adjustments coming out of halftime, which leads to a victory for either team.
It's just been so high level, right? And I think we're starting to enter the stretch of the day where this is going to be. I mean, for most of the games, it's going to be this case, but especially these next 3. Or rather 3 of the next 4, where you have Class C1, Class A coming up at 1 o'clock, and then later on this evening, Class B between Omaha Skutt and Gretna East. I think out of the 3, this is the type of basketball we're expecting. Like, this is the type of basketball out of those 3 especially that we're expecting, to where it's not many turnovers, not many fouls, high-level basketball that we talk about. So far, Milford and Lincoln Christian living up to that.
Yeah, and it's a little bit different ways that they get there, but I think what makes these two teams really special, Lincoln Christian, obviously the defending state champ, and obviously Milford on the come-up, is they can adjust the way that they play depending on who they're playing, right? Where you think coming in, Lincoln Christian, very, very skillful, guard-heavy, speed. going against the brute size strength of the inside prowess of Rottenberg and Miller. But you got to think they all, Milford also has Roth, and then they also have Crabtree, who has been a really big spark. And then the person that's really kind of stepped up, initially was Isabel Yakeley with the quick basket and obviously a three. So when you think about these two teams, they are built the same. They just look different. They have a lot of speed, athletic ability, but then also they have a good mix of youth and senior-led teams as well. So they're going to be facing each other a lot in the future. It was a 2-point game early in the regular season. Obviously, Milford was able to continue along the process of getting better. Then obviously Lincoln Christian continued along the process of dominating who they've been playing. So when it comes down to today, here, this game right here, it's going to come down to see what player steps up. Is it a star player, or is it somebody like Abby Crabtree who provided the spark off the bench, or somebody like one of the Pettinger sisters that get going from the field and makes a couple big plays on defense that lead to easy buckets for her teammates?
We're tied at the half, 25-25 your score. A couple minutes until we start the third quarter here in the Class C1 state championship game. Nick Sander, Jay Foreman with you. We'll be back in a few on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, bestie! Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, personal banking like you remember.
Hi, this is Chris Elgert, loan originator at Lincoln Federal. I know that buying a home is one of the most important decisions a person will make in their lifetime. That's why you need an experienced loan professional to explain all the options available, to answer all your questions, and to make the home buying process a rewarding experience. Talk with me and discover why Lincoln Federal is personal banking like you remember. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "you have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
It's the two-fingered wave on a gravel road. It's letting the kids take dad's truck to prom. It's Friday nights under the lights of a hometown football field. Eustace Body Shop knows small towns. It's where our values are rooted. We treat our people right, and in turn, they treat you, our customer, right. And we give back to our communities. Not much more small town than that. Eustace Body Shop, small town service, big city technology.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time to start the third quarter of action from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert alongside Jay Foreman, Jackson Kleinschmidt back in our 93.7 The Ticket studio. Shout out to him and Ellie taking us through these morning games here from Pinnacle Bank Arena. As at the break, it is 25-25 between Lincoln Christian and the Milford Eagles. Jay Foreman, keys first for Lincoln Christian in the second half.
So Lincoln Christian's got to just continue along to doing what they need to do. I think they just need to get good shots. And then obviously I think some of the shots they've had have been a little bit quick. So I think Coach Klein has been talking about let's get into our offense, a little bit more motion. You got to get Kassenbaum going here. Obviously she's coming in, obviously with the star power, record-breaking season, a record-breaking player. So you want to get her going. She's 1 of 5 from the field, 0 for 2 from the threes, and 2 big misses at the free throw line, I think, was a byproduct of the pace and anxiety. So the best thing you do with your star player, get her some early touches. Maybe not scores, easy positions to spark your offense here.
Here comes Jenna Heiser for Lincoln Christian. She has the basketball, passes left side, Macy Pittenger, and we have a foul called against Taylor Oldfield as her jaw dropped at how she got called for that personal foul.
Yeah, a little bit of a, maybe flop job there by the Lincoln Christian player there, but Oldfield was definitely surprised by that. She looked at the ref like, how could you call that on me?
Yeah, that's how I look when you tell me that you're going to beat me in basketball 1v1. Here we go. On the left side, here is Milford as they get the pass deflected, but Rottenberg able to rip it away, and Milford tries to throw it up forward. Yakeley turns it over. Yeah. Just couldn't hold on to the basketball. Here's Pittenger, left side. It's Kenna Ailes. Ailes with it on the top of the key. Now it is Durkin. Durkin far corner to Heiser. Heiser to Pittenger. Pittenger with 7:27 to go in the third quarter. Top of the key. Here's Kassenbaum. Spin move in the lane. Shot blocked by Rottenberg, and it's fielded on the defensive rebound by Roth. Here comes Roth, pushing the pace on the left side. She steps back, hesitates now, dribble, drives in, kicks it out. Oldfield, wide open 3 from the corner, and she misses everything. Rebounded by Christian.
Yeah, good offensive series there by both teams, and a little bit of depth perception always we've seen come to fruition here. And then obviously I think everybody's playing a little bit too fast coming out of here in the second half. And so really you got to settle in. I think the half started there with a really good play by Rottenberg of getting the steal, getting it to the guard, then just a mishap on the easy layup potential. Now you got Roth, Coach Roth wanting his younger Roth player to slow down the pace here. Let's use our size. Let's run some offensive sets here, and let's get an easy bucket.
Milford basketball after the Lincoln Christian missed shot as now they turn it over right into the arms of Kenna Ailes. Ailes was defending Rottenberg and stole it away. Ailes kicks it out. Kassenbaum working on the left side of the lane to Durkin. Durkin for 3, and Lincoln Christian has a 3-point lead.
Yeah, the one thing Lincoln Christian can do, they got about 6 or 7 shooters, both as on the floor and then obviously a couple off the bench. They can hit threes. You don't want to leave them open anytime or too much in this game.
Yakeley tried to answer, but Rottenberg collects the offensive rebound. Now to Miller. She misses that 3 badly, and it's rebounded by Macy Pittenger of Lincoln Christian. Macy Pittenger running the floor, getting tracked down by Yakeley. Now kicks it out to Durkin. Durkin's pockets picked. Going the other way is Yakeley. She tried to keep the ball alive by bouncing on the hardwood, unable to do so, but gets it to Roth. Roth now. No look pass. Rottenberg layup good. What a find by Ayla Roth.
Good job by Roth. With the left-hand drive, she'd been killing Lincoln Christian all first half. Dime to the big freshman center. Good play there.
As on the left side, it's Durkin. She'll dribble top of the key. Now right side, Kassenbaum. Kassenbaum with just 2 points on 1 of 6 shooting from the field. That's how she was, though, yesterday when we saw her. Then she exploded for a nice chunk of points in the second half. Finished with 22. Now on the right side, Ailes can't connect on the 3-point shot, and it's rebounded by Yakeley. Yakeley on the right wing on the right side gives it back to Roth.
A good job there by Rottenberg of being smart there and not just going for any fake. Good move right there, right? She knew she had Ailes run on her back. Yep. Little dipsy dude. Looked like Akeem Olajuwon there, Nick. Is that how you used to play?
No, Rottenberg with the block now on the other end. She made the layup and now blocks it on the other end. Yeah. Shayla Rottenberg. It'll be Lincoln Christian basketball underneath their own bucket with 5:09 to play in the third, with Milford leading by 1.
Yeah, Rottenberg is a young freshman. They're obviously a phenom on the volleyball court, but then also on the basketball court as well. That was just a spike right there. Good job there by the freshman.
Inbound to Kassenbaum. Kassenbaum on the right side. Her shot almost blocked. Asking for a foul is Kassenbaum, and now Milford going back the other way after the defensive rebound.
Nick, I don't think Lincoln Christian or any girls basketball, they see somebody with the size and athletic ability and ability to make up space as Rottenberg. And it's not just the height, it's the ability to affect their shot, both in trajectory and then obviously be able to not to make it as well.
On the left side, here's Yakeley. Yakeley working on Heiser. Great spin move, and she is fouled from behind. Heiser commits the foul. Milford leads at 29-28 with 4:41 to go in the third. and Milford's going to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, everybody thinks if you want to wear a team out, is get up and down the court. But if you really, really want to take a player out of the game, is make them play defense. A really good job there by number 11 from Milford Yakeley of being patient, a little bit of drive left, spin back to the middle, drawing the foul. Unfortunately, missing the first free throw. I think this is going to come down to, you've seen right now, we talked about at halftime, Ailes probably had the little bit advantage, obviously, right? 12 points, 9 rebounds. What do we see coming right out of halftime? Rottenberg getting busy, 2 back-to-back field goals, making her presence known on both the offensive and defensive end.
Both free throws no good for Milford. It's still 29-28. Milford Eagles lead by 1 over Lincoln Christian, and we have a reach-in foul on Abby Crabtree as Casaubon was trying to maneuver around the perimeter.
Yeah, you know what? When you're able to bring a really good offense and defensive player like Crabtree off the bench, and then you're able to rest Roth here and bring in Oldfield, Coach Roth feels pretty good about that. You look, Crabtree is here to compete. She's a freshman, but she's definitely not going to back down to the all-everything guard from Lincoln Christian.
Here is Jenna Heiser with the basketball into the near corner. Macy Pittenger, 3, connects. Yeah. It's now 31-29 Lincoln Christian.
That's the one thing about Lincoln Christian. They put so much pressure on you because they space the court and they can hit threes.
Trying to answer is number 1 for Milford, Kylie Jacob, unable to do so. And Lincoln Christian coming back the other way as Kenna Ailes has the basketball. She now gives it to Casaubon.
The one thing about Lincoln Christian is that they shoot it at a really good clip. I think when we've seen Scott Catholic, they probably shoot it too much, and same with Millard West, knowing that they can rebound. Lincoln Christian is very, very efficient from the three-point line.
Casaubon pops the tray, can't get it to fall. Just a nice rebound there by the 6'3" Shayla Rottenberg as Milford goes back to work on offense. 3:45 to play in the third quarter. It is Oldfield with it, with Milford down by 2. Three-pointer Yakeley on the way. It might have gotten blocked, but it missed badly as Pittenger runs the floor. Here comes Lincoln Christian. Looking around is Pacey Pittenger. Pittenger at the top of the key, passes right side to Heiser. Jenna Heiser with it on the right wing. Hands it back off to Macy Pittenger, who just hit that three-pointer a moment ago. Now Kenna Ailes will try for a 3, and she's able to hit.
There you go right there. It's different, like a Yakeley shooting a 3, probably needed to dump it in there. Rottenberg. Couple passes, corner 3. That's where Ailes gives you a little bit of advantage against the young freshman, the ability to stretch the floor all the way out the three-point range.
Abby Crabtree at the basketball in the right side of the lane. The tough layup can't go, and it's going to be rebounded by Casaubon. Casaubon up the floor to Dravo. Dravo traveled with it, and it's going to be a turnover as Lincoln Christian just got ahead of their skis.
Yeah, Coach Klein is okay with that because he likes Dravo running the court. Actually, that was a really good pass there by Casaubon. I think a good timeout on the flip side there by Coach Roth to settle his young team down. Sometimes you have a couple seniors like they have at Milford, you're still young to this moment. Really good timeout there by Coach Roth.
34-29, 2:57 to go in the third quarter. We have a media timeout on the floor. We'll step aside, come back in 60 seconds.
Well, I guess we're staying, Nick. I think right here, right now, Nick, I mean, it's okay. Listen, I think you're starting to see the offensive machine that's really kind of ran through whoever Lincoln Christian has played the last 2 years. And obviously, with the cherry on top this year coming in and undefeated. But then you're seeing, obviously, them come out hot in the second half. So as hot as Milford started in the first half, the game, Lincoln Christian got it going here, right? Where you be able to hit threes. You had Petcher hit a 3. You had Ailes hit a 3, which he's obviously hit 2 in the first half. But I think the spacing is what they really worked on in halftime. And then on the flip side, you see probably maybe too many threes or maybe too many quick threes from Milford when they have offense, because I think defensively they're just fine. So what you have to do if you're Coach Roth, right, is like, okay, we're fine. We're a decent, good shooting threes. But one thing you have to look at it, Rottenberg blocked the shot here. Is fast enough to get down the court. Secondary break with a quick seal. What it does is not only gives you a chance to get an easy 2 for Rottenberg, but it slows down the ability for Lincoln Christian to get in what's called secondary break, 1 or 2 passes and a wide open 3. So the way you play offense actually helps you on defense.
So here you have it. It's 34-29, 2:57 to go in the third quarter. Lincoln Christian leads by 5 over the Milford Eagles. Roth has it across the timeline. She goes on the left side of the perimeter to Yakeley. Down low, working is Ashlyn Miller. Miller now to Oldfield. Oldfield down to Rottenberg. Rottenberg in the lane. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
That's what you do, Nick. If you want to really, when you're going against in a boxing match, maybe you're going against a, very quick, an effective outside puncher, what do? Body blow, body blow, body blow, body blow. And that's where Rottenberg is going to pay dividends.
And the first free throw by Rottenberg is no good. So 34-29, still the score. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Rottenberg at the free throw line. Second one on the way, just off front iron, no good as well. And on the rebound, we have a foul called on Izzy Yakeley.
Yeah, that was Yakeley felt like she did a good job of having two hands on the ball, and normally would have been a jump ball, but a touch foul there. But you know what? Now you got to set up and play defense here. So now you see Coach Roth changing it. Oh, here we go. We're going a little bit of a 1-3-1 defense. Now what this does here, Nick, against this offensive prowess of Lincoln Christian is potentially run them off of spots that they're usually used to shooting to. And now when you have a 6'3" center that can move like this, you can change up the defensive alignments and really confuse an offensive unit.
All right, so here is Heiser for Lincoln Christian. Lincoln Christian on offense, leading by 5. It is their largest lead of the game. Milford's largest lead has been 7. Here's Kenna Ailes, cross court, now to Pittenger into the corner. Heiser for 3, and she hits it.
Yeah.
Jenna Heiser puts Lincoln Christian up by 8.
That's one thing that the Lincoln Christian can do is shoot the corner 3. That will run you out of that defense. But if I'm Coach Roth, you might have to stick with it for a possession or two.
On the right side, it's Roth. Roth drives off the dribble and lay up in the lane, too strong off the glass, and the rebound collected by Ailes.
Yeah, it was a good play there. Roth had the angle just a little bit too high off the right-hand drive for her. Lincoln Christian has looked to expand on this lead.
Here's another three-point attempt by Heiser. Different results as it's tipped around, and Ailes gets the offensive rebound for Lincoln Christian. Lincoln Christian with the basketball, leading by 8, 37-29 with 1:30 to go in the third quarter. Durkin for 3, and it bounces around and drops out, and now a foul on the rebound attempt by Lincoln Christian.
You know, the one thing about it, Lincoln Christian with an 8-point lead, you can see, them going to threes a little bit more because that's a veteran presence. They're trying to put the dagger in the heart because they know they play some high-pressure defense. Good job by Roth coming from the guard position to get that defensive rebound. Let's see if they can knock into this deficit here before the end of the third quarter.
Foul goes on Livia Dravo. It's a 9-0 Lincoln Christian run that Milford is on offense right now trying to cut. Now a 3-ball. Yakeley, she can't make it. And the rebound collected by Kenna Ailes of Lincoln Christian.
Too quick a shot there, Nick. You come off the pick and roll. You got that anytime you want, but you're not letting your Twin Towers get underneath the hoop to get the rebound.
Here's Kenna Ailes back to Macy Pittenger. She'll back up. Three-pointer, no good. And the rebound grabbed by Izzy Yakeley. Yakeley with the basketball will pass it up the floor. That one's intercepted by Pittenger. Great job defensively as now Heiser has it for Lincoln Christian. Another turnover forced by the Lincoln Christian defense as the Crusaders fans rise to their feet at the end of the third quarter here with 41 seconds to go in the period. Kenna Ailes with it at the top of the key. She'll back it out to the logo. Scott Klein watches on from the Lincoln Christian Crusaders bench as Heiser has it. 13 seconds on the possession. She hands it off to Livia Dravo. Dravo now to Ailes. Ailes guarded by Yakeley, and she's going to be bumped and fouled by Izzy Yakeley.
Yeah, a little veteran move there by Izzy Yakeley or by Ailes there to draw that foul, right? You kind of went to a pivot foot, then an under drive, made it a body contact foul there.
Here is sideline inbound for Lincoln Christian. Castlebaum inbounds it now to Heiser at the top of the key. Left side, fresh possession. Shot clock is dark here for Lincoln Christian. Left side, Dravo, 3-ball on the way. Just a tad strong. Yakeley gets the defensive rebound, out and running. Nobody's in front of her. The layup in the lane is good. Nice take by Izzy Yakeley.
That's a good job there by Yakeley, extending that easy drive for 2 points there.
Yeah, Heiser, puts up a acrobatic shot at the end of the third quarter, unable to come even close to it. And at the end of the third quarter, it's 37-31. Lincoln Christian leads by 6 here as we begin the fourth quarter of play next in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking all the top brands, including Can-Am, Honda, Polaris, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, Manitow pontoon boats, and Triton trailers. Come check out Nebraska's newest Indian motorcycle dealership, plus score big on their massive selection of side-by-sides, all-terrain vehicles, motorcycles, and power watercraft. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has it all under one roof at their new 27th and I-80 location, and they can't wait to get you set up for the summer.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is the start of the fourth quarter here in the Class C1 State Championship game. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman with you as we begin the fourth period. Milford trails 37-31, but they have the basketball to start the fourth quarter. It's Roth with it for Milford. Ayla Roth down low, Rottenberg. Rottenberg working, and she's going to have her shot blocked out of bounds, last touched by Lincoln Christian.
Yeah, I think Rottenberg wanted the foul there. I think a little bit slower move, and she was trying to get her to her inside pivot there, and Ailes with the veteran move and kind of pulled the chair from her so she wasn't able to get the contact that she thought she was getting.
Ayla Roth on the left side, down to Rottenberg on the pick and roll. She gets it down low and now is immediately fouled on the shot attempt by Lincoln Christian.
Yeah, Ailes doesn't like that call, but I like that play for Coach Roth coming out of it, right? You get it to the wing, quick pick and roll, and then the hard roll there by Rottenberg. Got it. The athletic ability, Nick, that mean you don't have?
No.
She has. That's a really good job there of catching it in traffic and then having the wherewithal to potentially get it up for 2 points.
But Rottenberg misses the first free throw. She's now 1 for 5 from the free throw line here, and that's crucial in a single-digit ball game. 37-31 your score. The second free throw by Rottenberg is good. 37-32 now. Lincoln Christian leads still by 5 as they have the basketball, 7.5 to play in the C1 title game. Here's Heiser. She gets it to Ailes at the top of the key. Now pull Rottenberg out towards the perimeter. Now handing it off to Pittenger. Pittenger with the basketball gives to Cassabaum. Cassabaum has done a lot of little things well tonight. Not scored a whole lot. She only has 2 points. Heiser hands it off to Pittenger. Pittenger drives center lane, kicks it out. Durkin wide open three, and it's just a tad short, but Cassabaum's there to collect the offensive rebound, and she is fouled on the way up.
What do you have to do when you're a really good player like Cassabaum? Sometimes you just, obviously Milford, you are the number one person on your scouting report, and you're stuck a little bit as far as getting going. You do other things to get to the free throw line for cash money records.
And the first free throw for Maddie Cassabaum is good. 38-32 is your score.
Right now, Nick, I think right now, Lincoln Christian most likely is going to try to lean on their experience and their guard play, whereas Milford's got to really lean on their head coach and Coach Roth to coach them through this lean time, which is the first 3 minutes in this fourth quarter.
Cassabaum goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. It's now 39-32. Lincoln Christian with the lead. Top of the key, it's Ayla Roth. Roth with the basketball on the left side in the lane. She's bumped and fouled, and Ayla Roth is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Yeah, a little bit of a Kansas action, and you have a really good guard in Roth that can go right and left tight on that pick and roll. She read it perfectly, up through double coverage, drew the contact. This is actually a really good job here by Coach Roth coming out of the fourth or going into the fourth quarter. You see it, the theme right here. We want to get downhill against Lincoln Christian, make it more of a physical game. Why? Shots at the basket, free throws. We make free throws. We can get back into this game without the clock running.
39-34 after Roth goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Milford trails by 5. Lincoln Christian has the basketball with 6:52 to go in the fourth quarter. On the left side, Pittenger. Pittenger cross-court pass to Cassabaum. Cassabaum crosses over. Baseline floater. She's fouled, and she's going right back to the free throw line.
Yeah, good job there by Cassabaum. Even better catch, though. Caught it, had the defender, Oldfield in the negative closeout, crossover, got to 2 feet, up through the contact, and forced Rottenberg to foul her on the shot, and Rottenberg did not bat an eye on that. They knew she got her pretty good on the wrist.
That first free throw is good, and in between free throws, we have a 30-second timeout on the floor. Let's step aside for 30 seconds with them here on 93.7 The Ticket. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Now back to the action at Pinnacle Bank Arena for the 2025 State Basketball Tournament on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. 6:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Lincoln Christian leads at 40-34 over the Milford Eagles. Maddie Cassabaum of Lincoln Christian is at the free throw line with one more free throw coming up to try to extend this Christian Crusaders lead to 7. As she fires away, and it's good. 41-34 is your score.
One thing about a really good player, when you just play to win, you don't worry about the stats. You just go out there to get the W.
On the right side, it's Abby Crabtree. Down low, that pass inside, almost taken away now. Fought for on the loose ball, and it's won by Milford. Crabtree back to Roth. 6.5 to play fourth quarter. Three-pointer on the way. Ayla Roth, she can't connect. And the defensive rebound hauled in by Lincoln Christian as that pass now caught by Kenna Ailes. Ailes picks up her dribble, and on the right side is Pittenger now. And that is going to be a 10-second violation on Lincoln Christian.
Yeah, a little bit of lackadaisical and a little bit of lack of awareness there. That's a self-inflicted wound that Coach Klein said he wanted to time out. During the play, the refs didn't see it. He wants to get reciprocation there, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
One thing I think with the Roth, that last three, that's a great shot if you make it, not a good shot if you don't. You got to really, really stay within. You got 6 minutes. You got to pound that ball inside.
Here's Rottenberg for three. She drains it from the near corner.
Yeah, she said, let's go. She said, let's get busy. 6'3". I got a 3-level score, corner three in your eye.
Down by 4, Milford Eagles need to stop defensively. They trail 41-37 with 5:58 to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Cassabaum. Cassabaum, free throw line now to the right side. It's in the lane. It's Ailes. She's bumped and she is fouled. That is going to be on number 33, Ashlyn Miller.
Ashlyn Miller knows she got her. But, I want to talk about that sequence there, Nick, right? Probably not a good shot there from the 3 by Roth, right? Lincoln Christian looking to expand the lead there, right? 7 points. Untimely, unforced error, corner 3. We always talk about during football, right? What do we talk about? Situational football, keeping your timeouts, game-changing plays that people don't really look at. If Milford is going to find a way to come back and win this game, that sequence will be it right there.
Kenna Ailes goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line, and here comes the Milford Eagles. Here on the right side, it's Abby Crabtree. Now working to Ayla Roth. Back to Crabtree. 5:41 to play fourth quarter. Plenty of time for Milford. Here on the pick and roll, Ashlyn Miller. The layup goes almost through the bottom of the net. Now the back is no good. She gets it right back for a third chance, and we're going to have a jump ball possession arrow to the Crusaders.
Oh, wow, that was pretty good. I mean, that was Coach Roth doesn't like that call, but Miller just missed a couple bunny shots. You probably want those back, but you know what? I like the effort in there to try to show your physicalness. So, if you're Milford, you're going to have to play defense. You got a high-powered offense with a lot of skill that you got to defend for the next 5 minutes. You got to really bear down here and get back in this game.
Here on the left side, it's Kenna Ailes. Now to Cassabaum. Cassabaum at the top of the key, crosses over left to right, stops at the elbow, now kicks it back out to Ailes. Ailes gets Rottenberg to turn around, now to Heiser. Heiser to Pittenger down low, Cassabaum, and the layup is no good by Cassabaum. It's tipped out of bounds, last touched by the Milford Eagles.
I think the presence and the potential presence of Rottenberg made Cassabaum speed up her process and miss that easy bunny. And so those are the plays when you talk about how good the young freshman is. Those are the things that don't show up in the stat sheet, but definitely shows up in the game film.
Here's Macy Pittenger with it. 6 on the shot clock. That pass deflected, taken away. Milford gets the turnover. Trailing by 5. It's 42-37 as now Roth has it across the timeline. Roth pushing the pace, weaving her way through traffic, and she throws up a shot and is fouled. She's going to the line to shoot 2.
Sometimes I think when you're a little bit of a veteran player, you got to know when to push it and try to force a foul there. It's a common theme, Nick. What? Get downhill, get something up off the glass, through these smaller, quicker Lincoln Christian defenders. get to the free throw line, and hopefully you shoot enough percentage that you can just really inch your way back into this game.
42-37 your score as
Now,
Roth
when we
misses
look
the
at
free
this
throw.
right here, Nick, you know, when you're 5 of 14 from the free throw line, you know, if you just make 10 of 14, you know, the game, and then if it was the fifth, and you know what comes after that, where you look at the other side, Lincoln Christian is 7 of 12. So those are where the games are won and lost, and maybe that's experience. But then also, I like the game plan by Coach Roth here. Let's get into a phone booth. You usually hear this in the football games, but more importantly, when you have the size, athletic ability, and efficiency around the hoop and timely threes, play to that when you're trying to come back. Because you have to play when you get a, let's say, for instance, a 4-point lead, you're playing some way. And then when you have a 4-point deficit, you got to play the same way. You know, the same way that you got up by 20, the same way that you got to make sure you try to come back, you know, if you're down by 20, and if that's the instance. But on the side for Lincoln Christian, they got to think, you know what, let's settle down, rotate the ball, a little bit of motion. Let's see if we can create an angle by our experience, right? You got to think all 5 of these young ladies, obviously, with Dravo, she's obviously the 6th man or 7th man coming off the bench. They've all played with each other for years. So what they know what to do is they know how to battle here and try to finish it out. Now, look, also, Roth probably been saving this right now, right? Essentially a 2-1-2 full court zone press, trying to get these Lincoln Crusaders out of rhythm by making them do things what they don't want to do, which is get into the corner.
Here's Casabom, top of the key. Kenna Ailes, left side to Pittenger. Pittenger with it. She'll dribble top of the key, now left wing to Kenna Ailes, guarded by Rottenberg in the near corner. It's Heiser. Heiser with the basketball, gives to Casabom. 13 on the possession. Casabom with it. Stops the free throw line, now tries to hook. Shot blocked by Rottenberg. Gotten back by Ailes. Still 6 seconds on the possession. No new shot clock. Heiser, right side Ailes, 2 to shoot. 1 to shoot, and the bodies fall over each other. But now, at the end of the shot clock, Kenna Ailes picks up a charge. That's number 2 on her.
Yeah, and that's a double whammy, right? Where you know you got a defensive stop, but then also you got a charge call against one of your star players. So Coach Klein isn't happy about that possession at all. And so it's a timely block by Rottenberg, right? After Kassenbaum got away with a pretty clear hook. Milford is on the attack again. There's still 4 minutes left in this game, Nick. There's no reason to panic.
So here is Ayla Roth. Roth with the basketball, brings it across the half-court line to the right side. It's now Crabtree. 4:03 to play in the fourth quarter. Crabtree back to Roth. Almost knocked away. Lazy pass there. Almost goes a turnover for Milford. Here comes Roth. Roth from the right side to Crabtree. Crabtree tries to drive baseline, gets cut off. Back to Roth. Roth dribble drive in the lane. The layup too strong. Rebound tipped out. Yakely for 3. Can't connect. And we have a scrum on the floor between Rottenberg and Ailes. And here we go with Casabom. Lincoln Christian going the other way. Casabom will slow it down to Ailes. Back to Casabom. Shot fake. She drives the floater short. Rottenberg there to clean it up.
Yeah, if I'm Wilford, I'm trying to get it into Rottenberg. She has had Ailes sealed about 3 or 4 times in the last possession. You got to speed up a little bit, not in a hurry. Get it over half court, run your motion, get it into Miller, Rottenberg, and see if you can get an easy 2 points.
Here's Roth in the lane. The left-handed layup won't go. Rottenberg offensive rebound. She puts it back up. No shot on the no foul, no shooting foul. It's a foul on the floor.
Yeah. No, I think it's a shooting foul. Rottenberg's playing. Hey, Robert, that's a veteran move for a freshman.
She just started moving.
Just go right to the
free throw line.
Hey, you might have called it on the foul. It's a shooting foul for me.
Ooh.
I'm at the free throw line.
The one referee signaled that it was on the floor. That's why I said what I said. But nonetheless, Rottenberg at the free throw line, she misses it.
Yeah, Rottenberg, I mean, obviously, look, we talked about, for the whole tournament, right? The free throw line has been an issue. Now, I think it's the backdrop, and then obviously you have your fans back. This is not a normal thing, but you got to make free throws in order to come back or extend the lead.
So here's Rottenberg, another free throw on the way. She misses that one, too. She goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah.
Here comes Casabom. Casabom, her pocket almost got picked, and it's deflected now into the backcourt, and we have a foul on the floor. Charge to Abby Crabtree.
Yeah, that was a good foul right there. She got her hand on it. She went for the steal, tried to dig it out there, but she went through Ailes right there. And so with 3 minutes left, here good Dravo comes out, and you saw her sub in kind of another guard forward. This is what Lincoln Christian's going to do. They're going to try to guard heavy you to win this game. They are in a dogfight, a 4-point lead, but I think the control of the game rests on Milford. Now they just got to take it. You know what I'm saying, Nick? They're getting good shots. They're getting to the free throw line. Now you just got to have that extra oomph to make it. When you think of them, we're Milford 6 of 17 from the free throw line. You can't worry about that right now, right? Yeah. You have to worry about right from here forward. We're going to run our game plan and our system to perfection, and we're going to make our free throws. Now, Lincoln Christian, they're thinking, you know what? We're going to limit the possessions. Let's try to bleed the clock. Let's get to the free throw line. Now, also, what works out to their favor and both teams' favor. Milford has 4 fouls. Lincoln Christian has 5. So right now, it's going to come down to a free throw shooting contest, and also somebody's going to have to make a big 3 or a big 2-point field goal to either extend the lead or get the game back to even. So now it's going to come down to who wants it most, and it's not necessarily about effort. It's about experience, guile, and have a little bit of it factor to you, Nick, here moving down the stretch.
It's 42-38. Lincoln Christian up by 4 with 3:01 to play. Lincoln Christian, both teams, I should say, will be in the bonus from here on out. 3:01 to play in the fourth quarter. Lincoln Christian basketball. They inbound it to Pittenger. Pittenger gets traced down by Crabtree. Now Pittenger passes right side to Heiser. Heiser dribbles to her right. Now hands it off to Durkin. Durkin out to Ailes. Ailes fires the wide open 3. Misses that one badly, and Roth comes away with a defensive rebound. Here comes Ayla Roth pushing the pace. She'll slow it down, spin around. Gets it knocked away by Kassabaum, and Kassabaum comes up with a steal. Kassabaum up the floor to Durkin. The layup good.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I think Roth was looking for a foul right there. Probably thought it was going out of bounds. Kassabaum with a sneaky play right there. A good steal and a big assist.
44-38, your score in the lane. Roth is fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, to settle down that crowd right down. When you're down by 6, what do? You go to your senior guard, knows she can get downhill, get to that left hand. Good physical play right here. So right here, there's no need to panic, right? Your possession didn't work out for you, and they were able to score. Lincoln Christian is a good team. You just got to keep battling.
44-38, your score. Roth is able to hit the first.
Yeah, so right now, you got 2 minutes left, right? You got 3 timeouts, and Lincoln Christian has 3 timeouts. Situational basketball that you do in the summer and in the early fall comes back in moments like this.
The second one, Roth can't connect, and Kassabaum gets the defensive rebound. Up the floor it goes. Kassabaum with it, running the show in the lane. The shot is not blocked. It goes out of bounds. Last touched on the shot by Kassabaum.
That is the excellent technique on the shot block, with a shot block attempt by Rottenberg. She didn't swipe at it, and she knew Kassabaum was way out of control, off balance, so there's no reason to block it. And Kassabaum was almost, I wouldn't say scared, but obviously scared to shoot it, and they just kind of floated out of bounds. That's when you're right there, right? You just were at the free throw line. You get knocked out 1 point into the deficit. You come down, you play defense. Now you're right back where you were 2 possessions ago.
It's now 44-39, 2:07 to play as that pass deflected, and it will be Milford basketball still. I mean, Jay, look around, man. There's a good, large contingent is standing up, ready to watch the final 2:06 of this happen. Here is the inbound pass. They get it into Rottenberg. Rottenberg working on Ailes. Rottenberg throws it. That pass deflected. It's going to be Lincoln Christian basketball.
Yeah, a little bit lackadaisical there by Rottenberg, passing it to Roth. And Roth is a little upset there, as she wanted the ball. I think they tried to go to a dribble handoff series there. Rottenberg thought it was a little bit of a give and go. You just got to stay into it now. Roth is a little bit upset right now. Look, you got 2 minutes. You got a long way to go. You got to battle. As much as this game is played on the court, it's played up here as much as anything.
1:51 to play, fourth quarter, 5-point Christian lead. They have the basketball. Left side, Pittenger. Bodies fall over each other. Now it's Heiser. Heiser working at it. Pass over the top to Ailes. The shot will not fall. It touched Jenna Heiser last as it goes out of bounds. It'll be Milford basketball.
Yeah, you're seeing Lincoln Christian do something that we see a lot from Millard West and obviously the likes of Omaha Skutt Catholic is when they get under pressure, their guards try to go and just get possessions coming in the back door. Mm-hmm. So the communication from the off player, which is usually called Wolf, you have to make sure that you look out for your teammates in these type of situations.
So here we go. As Roth has it across the timeline, top of the key, it's Roth. Roth with it on the right side, guarded lightly. She pulls up for 3 and unable to hit. It was halfway down and bounced out. The defensive rebound to Kenna Ailes. 1:19 to go, fourth quarter. Here's Pittenger. Pittenger will bring it across the timeline. Pittenger to the left wing, top of the key, Ailes. Ailes now passes right side, Cassabaum. Cassabaum with the basketball, hands it off to Heiser, who will slow things down with 1:05 to play in the fourth quarter. It's 44-39, Lincoln Christian. They get it Cassabaum. Cassabaum's bumped, no whistle. Cassabaum, free throw line to Pittenger. Pittenger crosses over into the near corner. Heiser back to Pittenger. She fires the three, can't connect. The rebound is caught by Rottenberg. 48 on the game clock. Here we go. Roth on the right wing, 43. She pulls up, three ball, and it rattles out. Defensive rebound, Pittenger. They need to foul. As on the right side, it's Ailes. Ailes, she's fouled, and she's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2 shots.
Nick, we always talk about that, a given overzealous. You know, when you got to look knowing when you're in the moment. Situational basketball is so huge, right? You got to know the timeouts. You got to know the situation, right? You've been able to get downhill with ease if you're Roth. You come down and you want to shoot a transition 3. If you make it, it's a great shot. If not, you put your team behind the 8 ball. Because I'd rather be, take my chance of you trying to get a 2 and an and 1 versus a deep 3, especially when Miller and Rottenberg haven't gotten down there for position to get the offensive rebound. So it's just a learning process, and sometimes you can get caught up in the moment. But you know what? Now you're down by 5 now, right? You're not out of this game. This is not the time to melt down, and we've seen this since the 2-minute mark. You got to stay in this fight because you get your one big shot, one big rebound, one big call away from being right back into this game.
We have a Scott Klein timeout after Kenna Ailes goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line. It's a full timeout. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds and come right back here on 93.7 The Ticket.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Now back to the 2025 State Basketball Tournament live from Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
One in the crowd.
Welcome back in. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman. 45-39 is your score. 35.4 seconds on the game clock.
So you're down by 6, right? You got to have a plan on what you want to do, a plan in action. You got to know your timeouts, and also, more importantly, Lincoln Christian has been in this position before, but you have to have the top 2 players that you want to foul based on their season stats and this game stats. But you don't get to that unless you execute. You got to have a quick hit and play right now. You want to extend this 35.4 seconds to 3 minutes and 54 seconds if you can.
Here's Roth with the basketball at the top of the key. Roth to Yakeley. Yakeley fires the 3 on the way, and she's unable to connect. A rebound fought for. It's won by Milford. They get another chance, and it'll be a Milford timeout. Smart decision there by head coach for the Milford Eagles, Bryce Roth.
Yeah, Yakeley's a little upset. I mean, it looked like it was in from here, but unfortunately it didn't go in. Good job there by Crabtree, the smallest player on the floor right there. Get a big rebound and a good secure rebound, but then also a sneaky thing there. Lincoln Christian knew not to foul her. As long as that clock is running, they're 23.4 seconds away from back-to-back state titles, so they can see it. They can almost grasp it. But Milford is not going to let it happen anytime soon.
Milford at one point led by as many as 7 in this game. That was back in the first quarter when they led 15-8. Then at one point, Lincoln Christian led 37-29. That's been their largest lead of it, and it's been a back-and-forth game ever since then. It's now a 6-point Lincoln Christian advantage. One thing I will say, Jay, and we saw this in semifinals yesterday, we see it now today, play out in this game, teams that go cold in the final minutes of the game.
Right.
We've seen it now multiple times where they've been able to come back or they've been able to stay competitive, but then the last 3-4 minutes of the game, they just can't find the bottom of a bucket.
Yeah, it's hard, when you think of, where, both teams have made 14 shots from the field, and it is a different way, whereas Lincoln Christian has hit 9 threes, whereas Milford's only hitting 4, and it seems like they haven't hit a 3 in forever. That's the difference, but more importantly, it's the free throw line as well, Nick.
Milford inbound, looking to inbound. They get it up top to Roth. Roth with it on the right side, Oldfield. Oldfield looking around, gets it to Yakeley. Yakeley now crosses over. She wants to fire up the 3. She will not be able to get it in there. Rottenberg puts up a shot, and she is fouled.
Yeah, and see, that's probably maybe my plan of attack, but maybe a little bit before that, to maybe have the clock stop 10 minutes or 10 seconds ago. So either way, now you got to work your plan. You got a plan that you're going to make at least one of the 2 free throws, most likely, hopefully 2. Then you got to think about who you're going to foul and how you're going to extend this game here. And Nick, you're 100% right about going cold. And I wouldn't say it's just the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the middle of the third quarter and finishing that third quarter all through the rest of the fourth. Who makes timely baskets and who performs well at the free throw line?
Rottenberg goes 1 for 2. The rebound tips around, and Pittenger is able to haul it in, and she's going to be fouled immediately, and she will go to the free throw line.
Right now, you got to think, okay, there's 11 seconds left. Okay, you're still down by 5. Okay, you're trying to get, if I'm Coach Roth over here, I'm trying to get at least 2 possessions here, right? So let's say Pettinger makes both of them, so you're down by 7. You got to get immediately into your fast break right here. I like getting a 2. I'd like the 2 first. Right now you're down by 6. The reason why I like the 2 first, you get a chance to make the and 1.
Yeah.
Right? The clock stops. Then you can set up any type of defense based on whether you make or miss it right here. It's out of the hoop. I'm trying to get it close to half court, and I'm out of here.
Pittenger hits 2 big free throws. Here's Crabtree for Milford with 9 on the game clock. Crabtree spins around. Now Roth with 5. Not going to have enough time as there's 3, 2, 1, and Bryce Roth will call a timeout by Milford with 0.8 on the clock. It's a 5-point game, and Lincoln Christian is going to win back-to-back state titles in less than a second of game time.
And I think it's just the experience. When you look at Milford, when you look at their players, they got Crabtree's a freshman. Obviously, Rottenberg's a freshman. Miller's a sophomore. The seniors, obviously, is Roth, Oldfield, and Yakeley, so they'll lose a lot there. But when you have essentially 3 of your top 6 players are either freshmen or sophomores versus when you look at Lincoln Christian, and Lincoln Christian is a little bit different in the sense of, Nick, the experience. And when you look at Lincoln Christian, Kassenbaum, who's an all-everything player, she's a senior. Hauser, a junior. Then you see Pettenberg, or Macy Pettenberg, she's a junior. And then you got to think Ailes, she's a senior. This was the year for Lincoln Christian to finish it off back-to-back. Last year was more of the thought. Now this year's the expectation. That's the difference here in 5 points. It's going to be a 5-point game, right? Those 5 points is the difference. And now you're starting to see the emotion from Yakeley and Oldenfield and obviously Roth. And you hate it. Somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. That's the great thing about sports. And also that's the crappy thing about sports. Unfortunately for Milford, they're on the short end of the stick today.
They put 0.4 of a second on the clock here. 1.2 is showing. Lincoln Christian just essentially needs to inbound it. They inbound it, and they will foul Macy Pittenger, and Pittenger will go right back to the free throw line. 0.6 on the game clock as Pittenger goes to the charity stripe.
Yeah, and I would say this, Nick. Kassenbaum obviously ends up 1-11 from the field, right? And obviously it was a big 2, and she's 0 for 3. But you got to think, she missed the last 2 free throws before half. 4 for 4 down the stretch, right? Macy Pettenberg, right? She has 8 points. She came in averaging 12, 13 points. She's 2 of 8 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. So 2 big threes. 3 of 3 from the free throw line, and on the way to be 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Free throws are huge in any game, but more importantly, during championship type of games, free throws are of the utmost because that separates you to extend the lead. And then when you saw Milford start to creep back into it, it was more Roth and Rottenberg making those threes. A learning experience for them.
And here we go, the 5 substitutions, wholesale subs for Pittenger and the rest of the Crusaders. Milford will inbound it. You'll hear the horn. There it is. The Lincoln Christian Crusaders go back-to-back in Class C1 action. They win it 49-42 over the Milford Eagles here in the Class C1 state championship game. Maddie Kassenbaum caps off her incredible high school career as a state champion. Kenna Ailes does as well. Kenna Ailes was real impressive today, 17 points in the win.
Yeah, she was, and she started the game off with a bank 3, but I think, her experience, right, even though she's not at 6'3", she's about 6'1" or 6 foot or 6'1", her experience of playing in this big game, but then also probably had experience of playing against Rottenberg, and then she came up huge on the boards as well. I mean, she knew coming into this game, she had to play well. Rottenberg played well, but 17 points, 15 rebounds, or 16 rebounds was a special game. She probably was the player of the game. And then obviously playing this huge lineup there from Milford.
Not a whole lot has changed as when these two teams met in the regular season. Lincoln Christian won by 2. And here in the state championship and on the biggest stage, Lincoln Christian wins once again by just single digits. Lincoln Christian, they cap off the perfect 28-0 season. And as I mentioned, they go back-to-back. They won the state title in 2024. They win it here in 2025. As they get ready to distribute the medals, we're going to send it back to our 93.7 The Ticket studios so Jay and I can get ready for our 1 o'clock tip-off in the Class A state championship game between Millard West and Omaha West Side. That one is going to be a good one here in just a short while between Millard West and the Omaha West Side Warriors. Millard West going to attempt to go back-to-back as well in Class A action. Omaha West Side and their incredible guards and Sinai Foster trying to break that would-be back-to-back opportunity for Millard West, the Wildcats. That tip-off coming up shortly after 1 p.m. Once again, your final score in the Class C1 state championship game, Scott Klein wins another one. They go back-to-back, the Lincoln Christian Crusaders. They win it 49-42 in the Class C1 state championship game over the Milford Eagles. We'll send it back to our station from Pinnacle Bank Arena. This has been 93.7 The Ticket.
It may not feel like it, but planting season is on its way, and now's the time to upgrade your equipment with a late model John Deere planter from Acres Equipment. Acres has an entire lineup of John Deere planters equipped with the latest technology to ensure planting accuracy throughout your field. And to get you up and going, each planter